When it comes to choosing an effective and reliable set of bike lights for those all-important nighttime rides, your choices can be as varied as the amount of lumens that you want. Now, whilst there are many top-end brands out there, most riders that I know are simply looking for a platform that will not only deliver enough light out on the trails, but also won't break their wallet. In this review, me and my bro Marty cover the BOSSLIGHTS system from BOSSLIGHTS. Stay tuned. Kia ora whanau, it's Tomo here, aka the Marty that bikes, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm a mountain biker based in the Manawatu, specifically Palmerston North, and my local is Arapuki Mountain Bike Park. Any information that I talk about in today's video, I'm going to link in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for the notifications on any future videos I make. So just as a disclaimer, both myself and Marty are not in any way endorsed, affiliated, or sponsored by Boss Bike Lights. In our review, we are really just addressing the BOSSLIGHTS system. We also are really covering things like the price, few pros and cons, and at the end we offer our thoughts and feedback on whether this is actually a decent light system overall. So with that being said, here we go. Now we're talking about the BOSSLIGHT, okay, and it's currently retailing for $309 NZ. The Boss 2 Dual is currently retailing for $175.
Kiwis want value for money. Whatever we're spending our money on, we want it to work. When we're out in the middle of the bush with nothing but ourselves out there, we want to know if the light we're using is actually going to last the night too, and it's going to get us home safely.
We kind of feel like the BOSSLIGHTS aren't that far out of your average MTB riders or New Zealand riders sort of price bracket. I made the comment to Marty earlier this evening about how that if you just ferret away, a bit of money every fortnight or pay, you're actually going to be able to, quite easily purchase these set of lights. The compact size, eh?
So as far as the weight and size goes, the Boss Dual 2 is tiny. It is absolutely tiny. But the amount of light it does put out is amazing. So something so small puts out that much light. So whether you're putting it on your bars or on your helmet, it's going to work and you're barely going to notice it.
Sometimes you might just need something that's a bit more compact, just smaller and easier to use in that respect.
The bonus with the BOSSLIGHTS is you've got both options. You can either run it on your bar with a standard rubber band type setup, or they also come with a GoPro mounting system.
Yes.
Which I think most riders out there have probably had experience with GoPro mounting systems before. The convenience behind those things is amazing, and they're just so easy to mount on everything. Being able to mount on your helmet like within seconds and you're done. But
that GoPro mount is so versatile, easy to use, and it's pretty, dare I say, idiot proof.
I've never had one of the batteries go down on me.
That's what she said.
I've never had a battery go down on me either, but interesting point, my bro. We're talking about the Boss, not the Dual at this stage, okay? So it's currently rated at 8,000 milliamps. It's got 4 output settings, right? So you've got a high, which is basically at 100%, has an estimated runtime of 3 hours. The medium setting at about 50%, 6 hours. On the low setting, 10%, you're looking at about 10 hours. And it's also got a strobe function, for those disco moments. 3 hours is pretty damn good in the high setting, Most of us would probably not go past the 3-hour mark, even with all the mucking around that you do out on the trail and the talking of shit out there as well in the dark.
Most times when you're out riding at night, you're not out for the whole night as such. Your night riding tends to be a little bit shorter than your typical day ride. The 1.5 to 2 hour ride, we've never had any problems, and these are going to last that.
Now, I was doing a run at one of the local trails here in Arapuki. I decided that I wouldn't run the bar light. I don't actually have the Dual 2 BOSSLIGHT on my bar. I actually run a different light. Initially, I decided as part of getting that footage that I would run just the headlight. It actually did a damn fine job. So I was saying to Marty before that on its own, just on that particular trail, it was fantastic. It was actually more than enough. Now, I would still probably want to have some sort of bar light anyway, but just for the sake of that particular ride, I chose not to use it, just so you guys could see how bright it was and how well it works.
Most New Zealand trails are going to have the general fern hanging over or branch. I know myself, I've knocked mine on multiple.
Yes.
And it's still going. The odd OTB. They're still going, so they've been idiot proofed.
Some of us, I know that when you get quite an expensive piece of kit, you may be adverse to getting it damaged, because you invested quite a bit of money. So you want to know that whatever you've paid for, it's going to be able to handle the knocks, right?
So that's a bit of a pro and a con. As far as the pro goes, individual battery means it actually keeps the weight of the light down. So you can run it down into your hip pack or camel pack, but it means that the only weight that's actually going on your helmet is the light itself. That means that you barely notice it out there.
For some of us I know out there, we're actually quite keen just to have, something that doesn't have any wires attached, which means you're basically weapons free, it's on off, nothing gets tangled up anywhere, you don't have to attach anything to your top tube, there's less clutter. Sometimes I've just had my wire wrapped around the front of the bar and it's just a big mess of wire and cable, it can look a bit untidy and get in the way.
I actually find it quite annoying just by having a cable running all down your back.
It can feel a bit odd, or if it drifts out to the side of your helmet, especially if you're wearing a full face and you don't actually have any point of attachment at the rear.
Okay, so some of the other brands on the market, you can actually get different they come with different lenses to be able to adjust the sort of light that comes out of the lights. The Big Boss, for example, it's a massive blob of light, which is great. Great if you're using it on your helmet, but if you want to run it on your bars, it's kind of like you want it more of a wider spread of light. Unfortunately, there's only the one option of lens.
A bit like, your glasses where you got the interchangeable lenses for different circumstances, environments and situations. Very similar sort of idea here, but hey, who knows what the future may bring.
Other lights on the market will have a wireless control on your handlebars, so you can literally turn it on and off just by a little wireless switch on your bar. A point to note that if we do start seeing all these extras added into the packets, it's going to bring the pricing up as well.
I would still argue still more affordable currently in their present state than some of the other bigger brands. If you are prepared to pay a premium for your lights, be aware that of your specific needs. Okay, there's no need to buy $600 lights that put out all the lumens of the sun if all you're doing is going to go bike down the street. Are these decent lights, Marty? Are they going to do what a rider needs?
The Boss Light, I've been running that on my head for well over a year now. Since then, I've not had anything come close to the kind of light output that comes out. What you get in the packet, there's nothing that comes close to it at that price point on the market.
I too found they were ideal. As long as I did the basics of making sure it was charged and making sure it was on in the right position, then that was fine. They are a really, really good light. You're dealing with an NZ-based business, right? So you're supporting local. They have an awesome free shipping policy with any purchase of over $50. They've also got a really good returns policy.
If you're not happy with it, they just simply take it back and refund your money. I think they say that to everyone because they're quite confident that no one's ever going to send them back.
And looking at the reviews on their website, there's a few on there. It seems to me that they've got some very satisfied customers. If you have used them, please, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of your Boss lights if you own them. Or if you don't own any yet, would you consider actually getting some? Like I said before, if you want to, you can check out the links below and leave a comment below what you think of this review. And please, by all means, like, subscribe. I'll catch you up in the next video. And from me and Marty, thank you very much.